having me here today, and also a big thank you to the Geotechnica for organizing this well-structured and inspiring event. Thank you so much. Okay, so during the break, okay, I was speaking to an MC, and she mentioned to me about the word competitor. Okay, I think it's a very obvious thing, okay, that we have over here, but I definitely agree with just now Arfi, okay, who we mentioned about having the word opportunities and collaboration. That's why I'm here today. Right. I see the benefit of having every one of us here. I see the benefit. Can everyone hear me at the back? Good? Alright, great. Thank you so much. Okay, so I see the benefit of having all of us here today for a community meetup because we want to put a name to the face, right? We have been talking on the phone and also through the Zoom meetings with Uma and also with Karan, yeah? And today, when I meet Karan, now he's standing up, right? I realized he's so tall. Yeah. Always, when I was looking at the camera, facing, his height is always at the same level, right? Yeah. So I normally give him a lot of feedback, but today I don't. I don't understand, I miss him as well. And you see, Uma, I think where's Uma, sorry? Okay. Uma, which event you will see the co-founder greeting you at the door, right? And I'm so heartened the fact that he's over there to receive everyone. Let's give him a very round of applause. Okay, by the way, I need to press the next slide, or else we'll be keeping going on. About me. So my name is Jake, and I'm the Kingstech founder. So today I'm very proud to be here because after 6 years of using Frappe and getting recognized by Frappe, I managed to be here standing at the podium to be greeting everyone. So I very appreciate this opportunity. Okay, so a bit of my company, we are actually doing ERP implementation in Singapore, and I've implemented for 50 companies in Singapore. And part of this past 10 years, I'm a technopreneur. I have a lot of fallbacks and all these things, doing my own custom software solution, and then keep having a lot of barriers and unpleasant experience. But here, today we have discovered ERPNext, which is a wonderful piece of software by a brilliant group of people. Before I go to the next slide, I pressed too quick actually just now. Today we are talking about opportunities, and I'm actually coming from Singapore, coming over here to deliver a piece of news that I would like to share with everyone. It's the opportunity to be building the business in Southeast Asia and then to go across to Europe as well. So I'm on behalf of the Romanian Chamber of Commerce of Singapore to be working closely with the Indonesian community over here to see how we are able to actually present this opportunity. Yeah, that's why I believe what Avi mentioned about collaboration is very important. We can't go alone, but if let's say we have 10 people, we can take a huge step forward. So when I mentioned about the business opportunities, right, I'm personally also dealing with government grants in Singapore. All right, this is also where I excel, I believe. Therefore, I'm also building up some of the ecosystems in terms of the grant advisory with the government agencies in Singapore. And I help SME companies to deliver their solutions, their digitalization roadmap. And therefore, I need a very good software where I can put my name to it. That's why I came across ERPNext. Okay, I think before me, there are many very qualified individuals who have already shared about the experience of ERPNext. So I do not need to repeat, right? But the main 3 reasons why I choose ERPNext is because of the clean look of things, right? It is easy to use and intuitive to use, all right? So in terms of the consistency across the entire, thank you so much for reminding me 10 minutes, okay. Consistency throughout the whole entire system, I think is prevalent, all right? So I believe everyone here, probably 50% of you guys already have been using the solution, so you can experience it yourself. And as well as just now, Smita, sorry, I pronounced your name correctly. Yeah, I've mentioned about the Frappe Club. I think it's a deal breaker. because we are going to be implementing even faster compared to the other competitors out there. Alright, so just now, Mr. Kitty, where are you? Yeah, I got you. You're mentioning about Voodoo. I want to remind you the door is locked when you talk about Voodoo just now. I do not know whether you're, but I'm saying on this point, he is a very brilliant guy because everything he shared about Voodoo comparing ERPNext is spot on. I have my experience using Voodoo in the past, and I don't have any customers now in Voodoo, so I can say that I do not want to use Voodoo. But he still has some clients on that, so you have to bear with him, alright? Until when everything is being poured over, then we can talk about it. Okay. So as you can see, just looking at the inventory module, I can get to navigate across many slides, many things on the doc types compared to Voodoo, which I initially also faced a lot of trouble understanding the interface. So this is my personal perspective, alright? Coming to open source, alright, I think this is also being mentioned multiple times throughout our this meeting. So what is the good thing about open source? First of all, I think documentation is very important. Alright, I think Voodoo have done a very good job as well in terms of documentation. Frappe is also very well in these aspects. But from my perspective, I would want something to be shaped by myself. I want everything to be customizable because I'm running an IT company. I cannot have things that I will not be able to touch. Therefore, I have to be trusting this entire initiative. And with open source, you are able to actually learn from the community, and also, I believe also, moving forward, giving back to the community in order to move further. That's the spirit of open source. Some of the implementation that I've done in Singapore, which is interesting in my perspective as well. So I've mentioned about the grant portal. I actually helped one of the Singapore grant agency to develop a grant portal where they are able to get SME feedbacks from them, and then the grant advisors or the grant officers from these agencies will be approaching the SME owners. So this is where I actually pick up a lot of information from the grant. And some other perspective of AI, which I believe partners like us will have to go into AI probably in the next few months, because this space is also coming up very strongly. I also have developed using ERPNext to build on top of it to create an IoT dashboard, as well as an incubator solution, which anyone who is interested to know how I'm doing it, or any partners who is willing to understand more, can definitely collaborate. Okay. So in terms of ERP adoption in Singapore, I think the top 3 brands are definitely Oracle, Microsoft Dynamics, and SAP. Alright, but I can see the growth in ERPNext because as a partner of Frappe, we are able to get some of these leads coming in, and I have observed that the leads are getting more and more recently, and many of them are actually coming into the perspective of how they are able to implement manufacturing and AI. So I think this is also one thing that we are able to look at. And I foresee definitely in the ERP arena in Singapore. I'm quite surprised actually among everyone seated here. You all know the term of ERP better than a lot of Singapore SME owners. Yeah, because the main thing of ERP, I would say that manufacturing module is something that is very required in the supply chain of things. In Singapore, there isn't much manufacturing to say. We are not a manufacturing nation. Therefore, a lot of things we are learning from our neighbors as well. But I would say that Singapore, in terms of governance, in terms of the grant disbursement, where the government supports the SME owners, which is also an opportunity that I'm bringing about for partners who are dealing with Singapore clients, and that's where I can actually spread across my expertise with. This is where we are able to collaborate. So we have the GST reports that's done up, and this is also something that I'll be definitely offering back to the community. I've actually committed to Uma about this as well, so definitely this is something that we are able to do. Yeah. So talking about the government grants, alright? This is where I think the juice is The Singapore government has actually supported SMEs with 5 types of grant. The first one is the Enterprise Development Grant, which is up to 70%. Alright, this 70% you are able to deal with the implementation and the customization of solution. I would bring up another grant in this perspective. The second one that I want you guys to take note of is the CTC grant. Okay, the CTC grant is something that is supporting up to 1 million. Whether you want to know how to do it and all these things, contact me. I'll work with you. Alright. So okay, with that, I will not drag too long about this, and I would like to thank everyone for hearing me out. Okay, and enjoy your evening. Thank you.